Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a general love and relationship reading for Cancer from the 20th of August to the 9th of September 2018. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign to get a complete reading. I put the decks I'm using down in the description box, and you can purchase them at Amazon, so I put the links there so that you can go and have a look. If you like a personal reading, I put my details of my email address and my website in the description box. So I'll go and have a look. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if these messages resonate with you. So I'm going to do a general energy read, and then I'll do the general tarot read after that. Okay, so you're having a lot of things going on over here. There's a lot of boredom, apathy, restlessness going on with you, and maybe you have gone through a breakup because you're actually considering reconciling with this person and asking for forgiveness, or forgiving this person that you were involved in, and maybe together you have been trying to seek some sort of counseling and advice. But you're feeling very anxious, it seems, because there is a lot of anxiety and stress coming up for you. Maybe this person betrayed you, so you are also feeling very hurt and abandoned, and maybe you are thinking of getting some counseling and advice because there's a lot of things going on over here emotionally for you. It seems like the relationship is very one-sided, and you're very indecisive about what to do next. You really don't know what to do next. Maybe that relationship ended, it was very one-sided, and now you've ended up in this phase where you are feeling very, very hurt, very abandoned by this person. You want to forgive them for what they did, and there's a lot of anxiety and stress that's going on around you, and you're trying to seek some sort of counseling, some sort of advice, something to get you out of feeling this way. So a lot of energies of being very, very unhappy, really. So I'm just going to do the romantic tarot. I have shuffled this deck. Just cut it. Okay, so the main energy of the cards is the Temperance card, which says that you might be off balance quite a bit. Maybe you're not paying attention to things that you're doing. This woman is spilling the drink that she's pouring. So she hasn't concentrated fully on what she's doing. So whatever happened to you is even distracting you from your work. You're not. You haven't got it together just yet. You're trying to get that balance back, but you are still having problems trying to get your focus back on yourself again, and you are hiding all your emotions here, and maybe that is all working up within you, and you are having problems dealing with the situation. Whatever goals and desires that you had in the past, you've forgotten about it, so you need to get back on track again. So you're quite off track over here. You need to get back and find out what was the thing that drove you, that your passion. You've got to find your passion and your motivation again, because you seem to be losing it a little bit here. You're being forgetful, or you're being a bit more clumsy than usual, not concentrating on the work, missing important details. Especially with the Temperance card, you can tend to miss important things that are happening, or important details, because you are so distracted. So a need to get back your balance in this card. So your life at the moment is, very much at a standstill. You're feeling very like you've made a sacrifice, and you feel like people have been taking a lot of advantage of you, and it's this person here that you've cut communication with. Whatever relationship and communication you had with this person, it's now gone. The sword is broken. It seems like you all had arguments or fights till that sword broke. So it was a very intense fight, and there was a lot of battle that went out, and a lot of defense went out. And you feel like everything is now, the world is upside down for you. Everything, you're being tortured by the thoughts of what happened, and everything is that still you made a sacrifice and that did not pay off. And there's a lot of pain and hurt and suffering that comes with this, because this man doesn't look comfortable at all with all these locks and chains around his hands and his wrists. You feel very tied up within the situation of hurt that you're feeling, and it's all because this person has ended up breaking the sword in you. So there was a fight, there was a really, really awful battle between the two of you, and it seems like they caused a lot of pain and suffering with you, and you did sacrifice a lot for that relationship, and it has not paid off for you. And this person is walking away as a victor, and you are left here upside down. You can see this person is walking away from this situation while you're left hanging. Your life is just in turmoil, and it looks like with the Temperance card, you don't seem to know what you're doing. You seem to be all over the place, and you haven't gotten your balance back with this situation that happened for you. So a really awful situation that happened. And it was, in the last year, you've got the Death card in here, so you did have to end. A situation did end. So there's a big change, a big ending. It was like, it was almost like a death, a loss that happened. Maybe, who's to say that, there wasn't a death within the family, maybe this person died. That you were dealing with, but it looks like you've broken up with this person, and you've had to walk away from it. Walk away from it and lay the past to rest. You are still mourning and grieving this loss of this relationship that you had. You're hiding from the world as well. But if you look, there is a new dawn in the future over there. You are going to have to move away from this, and something new is going to come in for you. Even though it looks like it's the winter of your life here, where there's no trees on the leaves, and you are hidden behind this cloak of blackness, where you're in so much of grief and mourning. There is a new sunrise coming in, and you have been thinking about this past quite a bit. You've been thinking of all the good times that you had with this person, or these situations. Also maybe you're overindulging in and trying to drown your fears in drinking too much, partying too hard, maybe. So this has been going on in the last 3 months, and that's how you've been trying to cope with this situation. It doesn't seem to be a very practical way of doing things, because it's not based on the truth. It is the Six of Cups, and it's romanticizing the past and living in nostalgia and getting trapped in it. So you need to walk away from that, because it is bringing a lot of problems to you. You want to manifest something new. You want something to come in, and you want to bring that into your reality. You want, to meet somebody, and you're trying to work on it. So you are getting your mind. You are recovering from this loss that you had, because now you are making some new plans, which is always a positive thing. That's the first step in the right direction. So there are going to be some social invitations that come in. So if you think positively about positively manifesting with positive energy, some new social situations are coming in. There's going to be messages and invitations and situations that give you a little bit of pleasure and some laughter and joy and going out and meeting people. And so you need to do that. And with the boat here, you will start moving away from that emotional situation you have. So any invitations that come in is something that you need to do. It's going to bring you some sort of joy and happiness. You are, with the Eight of Rods, that relationship was severed. Maybe one of you were feeling very tied up in it. There was loss of interest in it, and you realized that one person was feeling very trapped, tied up in it, and you were not communicating at all with each other. You had your life, that person had their life. So it was good to actually have ended that relationship. It needed to come to an end, and this is where you are at the moment, where you understand that the reconciliation is not good. This person has turned their back to you and walked away, and no matter how much you try to engage them in a conversation or a relationship, they're not interested anymore. And you yourself you've got a lot of strength, so you're going to be concentrating a lot more on your work. A lot of people at your work are admiring you, and you might get people coming and asking you out. You are working very hard to earn money, and you are getting a lot of admiration from people, so they are seeing you as somebody who's getting on with things and concentrating a lot on their job. And there are people that are watching for you. So you've got the Devil card, and you're worried about getting back into a relationship that is very codependent, and maybe this relationship that you were in was very codependent, where you sacrificed a lot. And right now you're really worried that, that relationship was based on deceit, lies, you were chained to that relationship, and you don't really want to get back into a kind of situation like that. So going into the future, you've got the Moon card and the Justice card, and you've got the Eight of Coins. So it looks like with the Moon card, you've got a lot of anxiety. You're having bad dreams, nightmares. You're having some thoughts that are going around in your head that is not very, very good. So you need to come back to reality again and stop being so depressed. This Moon card always talks about depression, but it's also a warning that there was a lot of lies and deception going on around you that you didn't see. And maybe you're being too harsh on yourself, or too hard on yourself, saying, I should have seen that coming and I didn't see it coming. But it was something that was based on lies and deception, and you couldn't have prevented it. But now don't stay in that feeling of delusion. Make sure that you are starting to come back to reality and see the situation for what it is. Take advice from people, and trust your intuition. And you probably are having a lot of dreams, and maybe it's time that you actually listen to what your subconscious is saying to you. And you are trying to reach a balance. There is something that you're trying to see. This justice is blind as well, so whatever happened, you were blinded. But with the Justice card coming, it shows that that person, if they did anything to you that was not right, will get their justice coming to them. You need to find yourself a balance. So what goes around comes around, and it looks like with the Justice card that is going to happen. But you yourself need to take the blindfolds off, look at the reality of the situation, weigh the pros and cons. Don't let your emotional problems get over whatever your head is thinking. So think very logically and make your decision on how you're going to move forward. Try to find some balance. Now you've got the Eight of Pentacles coming in over here. So maybe you're going to get back into a situation. Maybe you will, you'll be concentrating a lot more on your work. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's a work card, but that is probably where you might end up meeting somebody new at work. Something that involves money and earnings and studying. So you might meet somebody in that kind of scenario. So just keep it together, and you will move away, but you need to get your balance back. Focus on your work. It's also a good distraction, but that is probably where you're going to meet somebody that you really can click with. Somebody who will fulfill all your needs, and will be somebody that will be very supportive and allow you to go through this doorway away from all the trauma that you have been through. So there is somebody coming in for you with the Eight of Coin, and but you need to find your balance with the Judgment card, with the Justice card, and know that this person, whatever goes around will come around. Try not to be have false expectations of any kind of situations, and pay attention to your dreams, your intuition. So there are social invitations. Go out and have some fun, and to get out of this situation where you're not feeling like you gave up so much and you're feeling so tortured by it. So I'm going to just draw some cards from the Archangel Tarot, and that's just to give us some advice. So you've got the Queen of Gabriel, which says you can do anything right now, go after what you want, and the ability to attract helpful people. So you're coming across as a very passionate, charming, brilliant, independent person. So you can do what you want right now. You are in charge. You've got the power in your hands, and you know how to manipulate that power. So go for it. And you've got the Queen of Ariel too, which says nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So that, this card is saying that you're mature, practical, generous, and happy, and that's what people are going to see with the Ariel, Queen of Ariel. So you've got two queens over here. So you in touch more with your feminine side, and you need to go for what you want, and make sure that you're planning things very well, because the queens usually are all about planning and knowing how to use the resources that they have. And the last card is the Empress card, which is also like the Queen of Queens here. So she's the Empress card, and it says time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded, and luxurious and abundant resources. So you need to get in touch with your feminine side, be more creative, use your charms. Your feminine side needs to come out, your intuition, and you will conquer everything that you want. With the Archangel Gabriel, it's about love, and the Empress card will show you need to love yourself, respect yourself, make sure that you are have the highest regard for yourself, and then everybody will have the highest regard for you. So time to get in touch with your feminine side, and make sure that you're planning and using your resources abundantly, and you can do anything you want, these cards are saying, and you will be able to attract that love that you want. So you will be able to move from the situation. Don't get bogged down by it, and don't get bogged down in the past. Don't get romanticize the past and get trapped in it. Make sure that you are moving forward. People are admiring you at your work and seeing you for what you are doing. So make sure that you understand that this situation was not good. Find your balance again and heal. And in that balance, you will be able to concentrate on your work, and you will find somebody new coming in through that situation. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.